Welcome to Tailored for Taste, where on this episode we'll be combining sweet with savory.
Now, savory dishes are those that are more salty or spicy, and when you add sweet, you get a flavor combination that's extremely exciting and just extremely delightful.
You know, it actually represents our personalities. I'm sweet and spicy, and you're salty?
In the name of Jesus, I shall hold my tongue. So, you know what? I'm just going to keep it moving. Love you, Terry. Tell me
I
you
love
me.
you too.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, especially that little husky voice thing you have going
It's
on
working,
today.
don't
Yeah,
it?
it's working, honey. It's working.
And today on the show, we have the forever radiant Camille Davis and my brethren, not so much brethren, Nicarno Williams.
The beef. Can I tell you?
There's no beef, you know?
Evident.
There's none.
Let me tell you, there's no
Pork
beef.
chops?
How did you know? How did you know?
Actually good. That was very good.
Sure.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much for coming.
We'll be doing some cooking after the break. Be right back.
Coming up, Halim marries sweet and savory with his favorite white meat.
And welcome back to Tailored for Taste. Today we're going to be doing for our first dish an amazing pork chop recipe. So we're going to flare it up, spicy, sweet, salty, and with our pork chops they're going to be a little smoky. You ready?
Yeah.
You guys ready?
Long
Yeah,
time.
I'm here.
Mad. All
Ready
right.
for the food.
So we're going to jump right into it. So first things first, we need to make sure that we're safe. So another Tailored for Taste tip, make sure that you have a piece of maybe paper towel or a kitchen towel and just damp it a little bit so you can put it underneath your cutting board. That way it doesn't slip around. I'm going to show you. One for Terry,
Gracias.
de nada, and one for myself.
See, less movement.
See?
Yeah.
So the paper kind of gives you.
And the paper towel just adds a
Stabilize
little bit
them.
of friction.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no movement. So right here we have a seared pork chop. A smoked pork chop, which we're going to sear. What's amazing about these smoked pork chops, they're already cooked, fully cooked. All we're going to be doing is searing them, adding a crust, and it's going to be, we're just developing the outside flavors while everything intact, so stays really juicy. We're just creating a crust, and it's going to be amazing. All right, so let's get.
It's a time-efficient meal too.
It really is.
Yeah.
All right. So for our rub, in the meantime, Terry, let me ask you to cut those up for me.
Sure.
All right. So when you guys are prepping your pork chops, get your pan started already. So I'm going to turn mine on. You're going to turn it on to high at first. And when you're going to start searing, you turn it down to about a medium high. Another quick tip, when you're going to sear something, moisture is going to be your biggest enemy. So before you even start getting your seasonings ready, you're going to pat dry all of the meat that we have. So for one person, I'd recommend one chop.
It depends, you know, that one person might be me.
Yeah.
And
You might need
Two or three.
Remember, some tell us that we are kind of brethren, kind of no brethren.
So he might get half.
So you might get a half a chop.
Half a chop for you.
See, Camille know the Schweppes.
I know the I know you.
Sure.
At my place, you make him text it for me.
All right.
so why do you remove the moisture?
All right. So for two reasons. We're going to be adding a little bit of oil so that the seasoning can stick right after we're, taking off all the moisture. But why it is that you do, because when you're searing, oil and water don't mix.
You mean the splashing that normally
right,
happens?
not
when you
only
put it?
splashing. So for safety reasons, yes, but also at the same time, what we're doing is that we're going to be taking off all of the excess off of the top, because it's going to play around with the temperature in the pot. So we need this pan to be smoking hot for us to sear. So
Never
in
happened
this
before, Camille?
in this bowl,
Yeah, but not in
I have a few different. That's a little bit of a spice blend. We have lemon pepper. We have some cumin. Have some oregano. You can play around with your seasonings. It could be a jerk rub. You could do really whatever you want with it.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to just do a liberal coating on the outside of there. Salt and pepper. Freshly cracked black pepper.
You're not doing that right. You're not doing that right.
What do you mean?
Is salt being normally?
And let me tell you with this, you're not getting salt anywhere here. It ends up here and it ends up all over the table.
It really does.
And I'm not even wearing sunglasses. It's just going to just, it's
Not gonna work today.
Don't serve the purpose. It's just flashy. All right, so
There's
liberally
nothing
coat
to
on
the
each
flash
side.
there. Okay.
Terry, could you put a little bit of vegetable oil in that pan for me?
Sure.
Please. So another thing that just came to mind, smoked pork chops already come salted slightly because of the curing that it goes through. So be careful with the salting. You realize that
For some people, you may not need it.
right. So guys, another thing, actually, it's a great tip. Whenever you're doing something like this, like a spice rub, try to put all your spices in one bowl and then you mix everything up. That way you can get everything evenly coated all over your meat. A little bird, by i.e. my producer, told me that Nicarna can cook.
You know, I've been known to dabble in the kitchen.
A little dabble by, when you say dabble, you mean burn places down or?
No.
You
No,
mean
no.
I
like
can actually
properly
testify
cook?
to that
You
because
can?
he tried several of the dishes from last
Exactly.
season
You did?
and I got pictures.
Right.
So,
So I never-
you know,
I'm happy you never sent them to me.
because
It's
he,
fine.
he didn't try
That's
them.
okay. I don't want Nicarna to be messaging me. That's fine. So here what you're going to do. When this pan is ready, well, let's check if it's almost there.
So why have
You
you
see him
tried?
send you around the fire.
Yeah, look at him
Did you
almost
hear how he
splashing up
introduced
over
it?
here.
It's, he'll be fine. Come on, come wash your hands. Come, ready.
I like when the men cook, you know. I'm all for
yes,
that.
yes, yes,
All
I don't
for
mind.
that.
You ready?
All right.
All
All
right,
right,
so,
as you do that, I'm going to season the rest of these pork chops
all
for
right,
you.
thank you, love. All right.
Because
So,
Camille might need two,
with this,
Maybe, you know.
Let me
maybe.
step back a little
any
bit.
type of searing, let me know, that's the biggest misconception when you do anything with hot oil. The second you fling it down,
That's when
and
it
then
splashes.
that is how it splashes. Let me show you how easy it is. Look. And you lay away from you. That's it.
Nice.
Your turn.
Wow.
Hold the end like this.
Learn something new every day.
And just lay away. Just like that.
Boom.
To take a look, just take a look at the crust, and you're looking for that GBD, that golden brown and delicious kind of color.
Wow, I like that.
GBD, I like that.
GBD.
Smells delicious.
Now, let me help you.
Oh.
Just take up one.
I got it.
Yeah, you got it?
Nice.
Get in
nice.
there. Need just a little bit more time.
That's some more
I'll
time
say
on
just a
this
little
side.
bit more. All right, so I will take over, sir.
Hold on, let's
You
see
did
this
well.
one.
Oh, sorry.
He's checking
The
everything.
first one that went in.
What?
Yeah.
Here, that is such. He just went chef technique a while ago. It was actually the second one that went in, but that's okay. I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna leave him alone. So, thank you very much, sir.
Right.
So, guys,
job.
anytime
Thank
you're
you.
searing something, try to remember which one went into the pot first. Reason being, if you decide to flip the one that went in last, it's going to have the least amount of cooking time going on. So, you see that crust that's developed on there? Fantastic. You really can't ask for anything more than that.
So Terry, remember when this meal is finished, I cooked it.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Yeah.
He cooked this one, and he left it only on one
Mark the one
side.
we flip when we put in first. That one would be well done.
All right, so guys, you're going to allow these to sear for about, I'll say anywhere between 3 to, I wouldn't go as far as 5 minutes because it's not that thick. But depending on the thickness, you'd go as far as 5 minutes. But remember, these are already fully cooked.
Like what, 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Something?
Because these ones are smaller.
Okay.
And all of the flavor, believe it or not, is still inside this pot. So I'm just going to use just a little topsoil. Camille, do you cook at home?
I was raised by my grandmother
All right,
in
come
the
here,
country.
Terry, in the meantime, while I
do.
cut everything else up, can you and Camille saute those things? for
I
me,
don't think
please?
Camille need any help. So do you want some salt and pepper on this or you're good?
Just a touch, Camille, you don't need to.
Oh my
It
God.
already has the
That's okay.
The seasoning in the pot.
Did you use regular pineapple slices, like fresh pineapple slices, or was it from the tin?
Terry, can you cut some apples for me?
These were canned, but
Okay. Does it make a
I'm sure
difference?
you could use
You could use fresh pineapples.
Okay.
pineapples. Oh, you want it first? You want it first? cubes?
Yeah.
You know, I always wanted to do
I've
it like
always
that.
wanted
I
to
cannot.
just to be able to
Yeah.
go through.
Like what? What
You just look like
what
a
are they talking
professional.
Look
about?
at him showing off. Look at him
What
showing
are they
off.
talking about?
Look here.
All
Be
I'm
careful.
saying.
What do you mean? No, I'm a professional. I got this.
It always sounds and looks so,
Really cool.
yeah, really cool.
It's just dramatic is what it is. It really isn't.
Is there just some extra chops?
Yes. Alright, so into this part right here,
Okay.
I'm going to add in your onions.
Put a smell on you.
Just a little bit of salt and black pepper, and you can add it in different stages because the salt is not only going to add as a flavoring, but you're drawing out that moisture,
Right.
which
right.
also
Salt
helps
does
to
that.
further deglaze the pot. And you're trying to soften, especially the tomatoes. You can get the bite of the pineapple, but what I'm trying to do is almost to build a sauce, right? All right, so just before Terry is almost done, we have a mixture here of apple juice, apple cider vinegar, and what that is going to do, is going to not only add sweetness, but it's going to add a little more tarts
Yes,
on
tart,
top of the tomatoes that are in there. We have our apples going in. We're going to add just a little bit of brown sugar. You could use white sugar, but
Brown
why
sugar has a
would you?
nice flavor.
I
It does.
love what is it that makes this brown?
Molasses.
Again? Molasses, right? Sugar cane. Look at our grade A student over there. Chop. Captain Obvious, but cane sugar. Chop.
They are made from cane sugar.
This is the part now where you try to taste for seasoning. So if you want to grab something like an apple or a pineapple, you could, but really just wanted to taste the sauce.
Okay.
Remember it's hot, so take time.
Okay.
Karen does this thing where she tastes the meal at every different stage.
You have to
Yes,
taste it
so you
because
should.
that's the point when you start to season and try to see. You know? How is it?
This is so good.
It's good?
Like I'm not. This is so good.
Yeah.
This is Nicarnos.
Our chicken
Oh,
is-
sorry, I
our
forget the pork is
meat is really
Nicarnos.
good.
And this is
This is so good.
No,
Like the
remember
sauce,
now,
it's.
I placed the pork
it's a
in
nice-
the pan.
The pork,
Which
the
gave
pork
it
not in
first.
the
If
pot.
Karen, let me talk about the
okay.
taste of my own pot.
Sorry, go on. My apologies.
No, it's over in the Karen, you know.
See, that is why I can't stand him sometimes.
No, honestly, like
my meal.
the mixture, the balance that it has with it does have a tangy taste
Right.
and it's sweet and it does have a little bit of like you guys are brilliant. This is good.
Tasting the apple flavor?
Yes, I'm tasting everything that's in the pot.
So I'm going to let this run for, I would say, another 3-4 minutes. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right, so Terry's going to help me plate. Off camera, I did a little bit of mashed potatoes, a little bit of Parmesan cheese,
Oh, nice.
The
little bit
bigger
of
portion is mine.
That's fine.
I'm
black
staking
pepper,
claim.
salt.
That's fine.
Easy one too.
This pork chops is
Tell me about it.
heavenly.
Don't it?
No, like seriously.
Are true? You're not just saying that.
Good. This is really delicious.
I'm gonna try it with a piece of apple.
So you're getting that bite. You get the sweet. You get the salty. You get the tarts.
Yes.
Yeah, and everything's just playing together. And
It's
then
like one big burst in your mouth.
there you go.
More tailored for taste after the break.